We're going to look at three verbs that you will use a lot when you travel. Whether you're flying on an airplane, riding a bus, or a train, you're going to board it, you're going to get onto it, you're going to leave it, you're going to exit it, and sometimes you're going to transfer. You're going to get off of one plane onto the next plane, or you're going to get off one train onto the next train so you can keep going. So we're going to look at three verbs, and these three verbs have a special feature. They are separable prefix verbs, so they work just a little bit differently than normal verbs, like this. Here are three verbs that you're going to use when you're traveling with an airplane, with a bus, with a train. Einsteigen, aussteigen, umsteigen. All right, to board the airplane, to board the train, einsteigen. To exit it, to leave it, aussteigen. And to change or transfer, when you get off of one airplane and right onto the next airplane, or you get out of one train and get onto the next train. These are separable prefixes. So we have a basic verb, a root, steigen, but we're going to add prefixes ein and aus and and they are separable prefixes because when we actually use the verb in a sentence, we're going to take that prefix off and send it to the end of the sentence. Let's take a look. Steigt in den Zug ein. Steigt aus dem Zug aus. He gets into the train, he gets out of the train. Sie steigt in das Flugzeug ein. Sie steigt aus dem Flugzeug aus. She boards the airplane. She exits the airplane. And you see that prefix that's normally at the front of the word, we took the prefix off and we sent it to the end of the sentence. Wir steigen in Wien We are changing planes, we're transferring. So we flew into Vienna from across the Atlantic from the United States, and then we changed. We got on to a new airplane in Vienna and flew up to Hamburg. Wir steigen in den Bus ein. But now, when we have two extra verbs, then we're going to put the prefix back on the front. Wir wollen in den Bus einsteigen. So now the prefix is back on the front of the verb. Why is it in that place? Because we have two verbs. We want to get into the bus. All right, wir steigen aus dem Zug aus. We get out of the train. But when we add a second verb, wir sollen aus dem Zug aussteigen, then the prefix is back on the front of the verb. So separable prefix verbs, we take the prefix off and we send it to the end of the sentence, but in some cases, we'll put the prefix back onto the verb when we've got the whole verb at the end of the sentence. So, separable prefix verbs, you take the front of the verb off and you send it to the end of the sentence, most of the time. Then there's those few exceptions where the whole verb will go to the end of the sentence and the prefix will remain on the front of it. So you got to think carefully. Einsteigen, bitte. Everybody get in, please. All right, so the bus driver is asking everyone to board. Einsteigen. Einsteigen to get on, aussteigen to get off, umsteigen to change. You take the bus to the train and then you get on the train and you go farther from there. Again, einsteigen, umsteigen, aussteigen, to get on it, to change, and to exit from the vehicle. So now it's your turn. Let's practice these out loud. Take a deep breath and get ready to repeat after each sentence that you see and hear, like this. Zwei Männer steigen in den Bus ein. Die Leute steigen aus dem Zug aus. Viele Leute steigen aus. Die Frau steigt in den Bus ein. Der Mann steigt in den Zug ein. Das Mädchen steigt aus dem Auto aus. Die Leute steigen in den Zug ein. Die Familie steigt aus dem Zug aus. Das Mädchen steigt in den Zug ein. Die Mädchen steigen in den Zug ein. Die Frau steigt in den Zug ein. Die Leute steigen in den Bus ein. Viele Leute steigen um. All right. Aussteigen, einsteigen, and umsteigen. You're ready to travel planes, trains, and buses all over Europe. Plan your vacation now. Bye-bye, auf Wiedersehen, and tschüss.